Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ananya if you're new here, and if you're not, welcome back. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys 3 really cute aesthetic DIYs inspired by Pinterest. I'm sure you guys would have seen these projects all over Pinterest and Instagram, and if you guys have no clue what I'm talking about, here are a few inspirations. Also, I'm gonna list down below where I got each of the materials for this project from. So I made sure you can find all of these materials really easily in India, not just in metropolitan cities. Even if you live in a very small town, I'm sure you can find all of these materials either in a nearby store or online, or you might just have it at home. So yeah. Also, I do wanted to mention that if you're a small business owner that is watching this video, or if you do know any small businesses that make these kind of products, make sure you mention the name of the business or just tag them in the comments below so that I could just have a look. And also pin the comment, because anybody that doesn't have the time or patience to do any of these projects could literally just click on your page and buy those products from you. So it will be useful for my viewers as well. So firstly, for the phone charm, you need to take one of these cords. You need to really make sure that the cord is very stiff and something that doesn't break, because your entire phone depends on the cord. And make sure you're not using elastic. I used to have an elastic phone charm until last night. It just broke and fell apart. So for the beads, you can literally find it on Amazon. It's not even gonna be an issue. But the reason I have a lot of mixed beads is because I used to do a lot of craft work when I was a kid, and also my mom does a lot of craft work and beading work, and this is all of those kind of beads. And I also reuse a lot of beads. Like for example, this little bracelet, I made this when I was a kid. This doesn't really fit me anymore. I mean, it might rip anytime. So like, yeah, I could just take all the beads and put it in my phone charm. So that's how it works here. Also, there is no rule to how your phone charm must look or anything. You can also match it to your phone case. I don't really have a phone case. It's just a transparent one, but you can color coordinate it to your phone case. So firstly, we're gonna take this cord. I'm not gonna cut it right now. We're gonna see how long we want it and then cut it later. So yeah guys, these are the bracelets that I showed you, which I can take my beads from. I also have a little bit of sugar beads, and I have this glass bead jewelry set. It was a gift. I have no clue where this is from. This is how it looks like inside. These are all glass beads. And then I have these Odin beads. I'm not gonna make a mess here, but like, yeah, this is how it looks. I also have these beads. I guess these are polymer clay beads. I just got it in a local craft store, and I have more of those. These are literally just 30 bucks. These are polymer clay beads. Focus. So yeah, these are polymer clay beads. Super cute. Looks right now. This is the perfect length that I want, but you guys can do whatever length you want based on how it fits your hand. I will just put the measurements of this charm in the screen so that you guys will have an idea. I'm just gonna leave this much on the top and cut the rest. So now I'm gonna make a knot right here. Now we've made a knot at the top. This is how the charm looks. Your beads can move around freely. So you need to make an other knot right here. Also make sure you don't make the knot too tight. Like if it is too tight, this is how your charm will look. It wouldn't be flexible, so you don't want that. This is supposed to be longer. I kind of made it short. I don't know if it's gonna fit, but we'll see. I made another charm with these pearls, and I also got this little attachment with this polymer clay set that I will show you in a while, but you can use that as well. And for how you attach it to your phone, you basically insert one end of the phone charm into this silent button, opening for the silent button in your phone case has, and insert the other end into the hole. I have no clue how to explain this. I'm so sorry. And I would rather shut up, and it's pretty self-explanatory, so that's how you do it. Okay, so that fits. It was just right, but I really recommend making this part longer. I don't usually put my charm on this side of my phone because I'm right-handed, so I have made another hole on this corner of my phone, and that's where I put my charm. So yeah guys, that's how it looks, nice and sturdy. You can even put it in your hands and walk around. It's not gonna break if your card is sturdy. I'm sitting in a really weird setup right now, so I had to move the whole table right here, which looks really awkward. And right behind is a bag, but we're gonna have to deal with it. So we're gonna start making these rings, and these are polymer clay that I got from Amazon. It will be linked below in the description box, but you guys don't have to buy polymer clay if you don't really want to. You can use any clay that you have. You can even use air dry clay, anything that doesn't break that easy. The huge advantage of using polymer clay is that it can be very flexible, like this. So like you can stretch it and all that, like you can wear it. It is stretchable. You can just remove it like that, which is the best part about using polymer clay. So I suggest you guys use polymer clay. But if you don't want to use polymer clay, or you don't have access to polymer clay, you can totally use whatever clay you have. So if you guys don't know where to start or like what designs to make, there is so many ideas on Pinterest. You can refer to all of that. I keep telling this on my channel, guys, please get Pinterest, start using Pinterest. If you don't use Pinterest, I'm gonna come for you. So just please get Pinterest. And so I'm gonna make one of those squiggly rings first. So I'm gonna listen to some music while I do this. I'm gonna listen to Sour, but obviously I'm gonna cut the music because we're not trying to get copyrighted here.
And I can't let it go.
Rings right now, out of which 5 my mom made, and it took me around 2 hours to make all of these. This one doesn't even seem like a task. I could keep making more of these, but I have to make the next DIY right now, so I'm gonna put everything into the OTG and come back and start making the next one. Polymer clay is baking, and while that bakes, we're gonna make the next DIY. So the next DIY is the clay trinket dish, which is also really popular on Pinterest. So for that, I'm gonna use this clay. You can go ahead and use any clay that you have. You don't have to use this clay in particular. So the one I have here is called the air hardening clay. So I've made jewelry with this before, so I can tell you it is very easy to mold and use. The link is in the description box. Again, you can use any clay that you want. You don't have to use this particular brand, or like you don't even have to use air hardening clay. You can even use M-Seal or like polymer clay, whatever clay you. So yeah, let's start making this. So I personally love working with clay. I've done a lot of this in college and also before college. If you guys have no clue how to work with clay, you should probably watch a tutorial or something before starting to do this. Also, I'm gonna use this little box to cut out a circle. But if you have a circle cutter or like anything else, you could use that. So I'm just using some water to like smooth the edges out so that it looks, you know, so much more even. So right now this is how it looks, but if you smoothen the edges out, it'll end up looking like this. Then you need like a little bend in the dish and not, you know, be too flat, and that's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So it is starting to crack, and if that happens, you can literally use more clay and like use it like little band-aids. At least that is what I do. So this is how it looks. Honestly, this is not the most perfect dish ever, but I don't know, I'm just gonna take it out and see how it looks inside. I'm just gonna put this aside and start doing the next trinket. Okay, so for the next trinket dish, I'm gonna make a heart-shaped trinket dish, and for that I cut out a little heart from a newspaper, and I also have the clay rolled out here. So I'm just gonna place it on top and you know, trace the outline of it. Trinket dishes are done. I'm gonna put these in the sunlight and go check on my polymer clay. I took everything out of the oven and I really like how it looks. So now we need to make these rings look glossy. It doesn't look that good on its own. So last time I used a varnish spray. This is for oil and acrylic paintings, but like I used it for the ring. It was like this. But this time, instead of the spray, I'm gonna try and apply transparent nail polish and see if it works. This one's from Sally Hansen. Hey guys, day 2 update. The clay rings that we made, I want to say, is completely dry, and I'm pretty happy with how it has turned out as well. And the air dry clay dishes that we made is also dry. It almost took a whole entire day to like dry out, but I could have left it for another day, but I'm not willing to wait any further. All that's left to do right now is go paint these dishes and yeah, put a varnish and get done with it. Okay, so this is how the dishes look. And I'm actually a little proud of how these dishes turned out. I mean, it's been a while since I worked with clay, so yeah, I actually like it. And the paint that I'm gonna use is these acrylic paints and also these ones, and then brushes. And this is the varnish that I ended up painting the clay rings with, because the nail polish almost got over, so I don't want to waste it. And I might also use matte varnish for the trays. So that's everything we've got here. I'm gonna start painting. So yeah, I'm gonna paint the heart trinket dish first, and these are a little dusty because I tried sanding them, so I just have to wipe all of that. Okay, I'm gonna start painting this Libra dish first. And for this dish, I was thinking probably like a muted pink color would look really nice. We have white and pink. This is almost the color I wanted. So now for the heart rate. This is a pattern that I'm trying to recreate. I think it's really beautiful, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it right, but we're gonna try and get it right. Basically, this is the pattern, and I have a dark brown, medium brown, and a light brown. So there is 3 browns used, so I'll need all the 3. So I just got done painting this one and I really like it. So I really like this one. And I also did paint the Libra dish and I love how it turned out. And now I'm gonna make like little flowers on this sage green dish. And I'm gonna show you how I do those flowers. I use like the back side of a brush, so like it's easier. Put dots. This is what I do. And form like a little flower. So yeah. So I just put the jewelry trays in the terrace after I painted them with varnish for them to like dry under the sunlight. So by the time I'm editing this video, they would have been completely dry. And here are the final clips. That's it for this video. I really had fun filming this, and if there is any other DIYs that you guys would like me to try, let me know that as well in the comments below. I could make a part 2 of this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye!